Before a text can summon the esoteric, it must begin with the physical. A match, a wick, a shadow. It's trying to communicate tonight, so open the tome and light 3 tapers. This pen does beckon magic oxygen, and the gateway, awakened, now vibrates. I sense shadows on my wall in the dark, looking glass that cloaks the secret things, as another slips through these doors, in the haunted keep of the lonely dweller. The lure of soft purple incense calls me to the one awakened from the long sleep, while learning to leave the world of chaos, where sad things melt into useful nothings. May my portaled glass reveal sub rosa, whispered things in truth unblurred in the shadows of the shell of myself, as I peer into your sable eyes on this eve. When I sense a crack in my roof, your words arrive as absinthe rains, dancing through my empty pages. What saith my darkling mirror? This analysis examines the August 9th, 2026 revision as a mechanical linguistic construct. We will look at how specific rhetorical engineering builds the poem's atmosphere. These calculated structural choices allow the poem to replicate the sensory environment of an esoteric ritual, placing the reader within a manufactured atmospheric state. The central mechanism involved is linguistic liminality, the specific threshold where a text moves from grounded reality into an esoteric environment. We will deconstruct 3 specific mechanics used to achieve this state: sensory metaphor, prosodic mirroring, and the deployment of archaic diction. By isolating the August 9th revision, we can evaluate the objective impact of these techniques on the final text. Understanding a poem's atmosphere requires an examination of subvocal phonetic arrangements and targeted vocabulary. These elements actively manipulate the reader's perception. In the first 2 lines, physical objects like the tome and 3 tapers anchor the reader in a mundane setting, establishing immediate spatial coordinates. The metaphor magic oxygen in line 3 serves as the catalyst. It shifts the physical act of writing into an esoteric activation, culminating in the gateway awakened. Lines 5 through 12 introduce prosodic mirroring, where language sound reflects its subject. Note the heavy sibilants in sense, shadows, slips, soft, and sleep. This consonant arrangement forces air through the teeth, replicating the hushed, whispering environment of the haunted keep. The synthesis of abstract metaphor and sibilant prosody detaches the reader from the physical grounding established at the poem's start. To see this engineering in progress, we must compare the August 9th text to the earlier draft from August 7th. These textual variances reveal a systematic tightening of the poem's internal architecture across the 2-day revision period. In line 3, the August 7th phrase "makes a strange air" becomes "beckon magic oxygen" in the August 9th version. This change alters the meter from a loose observation to a rigid incantation. The trochaic rhythm of magic oxygen accelerates the pacing and creates a sharper phonetic strike. The revision process removes subjective looseness. It demonstrates a clear intent to build a rigid esoteric structure through word choice. Stanza 2 marks a shift toward highly targeted Latinate and archaic vocabulary. We isolate 3 specific linguistic anchors: the Latin sub rosa and the archaic terms saith and darkling. These terms divorce the text from contemporary reality, isolating the reader within an esoteric temporal threshold. Central to this stanza is the sensory metaphor: your words arrive as absinthe rains. This metaphor synthesizes the psychological distortion associated with absinthe with the literal act of receiving communication. Syntactic parallelism, seen in the repeated prepositional framing of "in the shadows" and "in truth," provides a steady rhythmic structure throughout the stanza. The combination of archaic isolation and distorted sensory metaphors finalizes the reader's psychological envelopment within the scrying mirror. This final diagram maps the 3 rhetorical devices: sensory metaphor in gold, archaic diction in blue, and sibilance tracks in silver. The structural data shows that Cantrall's poem replicates the environment of an esoteric ritual through precise mechanical arrangement. The exact arrangement of specific vowels and consonants serves as the structural foundation for the poem's esoteric atmosphere. The literary merit of the August 9th revision is found in this structural rigor. The atmospheric effect results from mechanical tightening.
The mechanical success of the poem is captured directly in the final recorded artifact.